What's going on, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading, of course, hanging out with the Bossy Beeves. We're going to dive right into a collective message that I've been picking up on. I feel like it's a message for the Divine Feminine Collective, and the message I'm getting is somebody tried to wear your crown, okay? It's like they tried to steal the crown and wear it, but they didn't realize that it was so uncomfortable or so heavy to wear or to carry, okay? You might have a particular skill or you might have a particular way of doing what it is you do and you can manage it, but whoever tried to come in and take from you or take your energy, I feel like they're slowly coming back in and returning back what it is they took from you, because they're like, this shit is way too hard, okay? So that is what I'm getting. Now, I feel like this has a lot to do with karmic energy, trying to dress like you, or they may try to mimic your style in some way. A lot of you could have felt a lot of manipulation around your finances, the type of work that you do, certain creative ideas being taken or drained, certain things like that. But I feel like all of that now is being restored because, again, somebody tried to take it and they did not know what to do with it, okay? For those of you who I feel like this could be like a karmic person of your divine masculine that it was trying to almost cloud your divine masculine's mind or create illusions around, you know, their feminine energy or their energy being the true divine match for this divine masculine. I feel like all of that could be backfiring, okay? So I'm going to pull, first of all, I want to get some cards around the divine feminine energy, and I want you to get a message about what your guides want you to know about the protection that's around you, okay? Because I do feel like a lot is being revealed at this time, especially to your divine masculine about who it is you are, okay? I feel too like with a lot of your divine masculines, they're starting to get really turned off because it's being revealed that, wait a second, like, you remind me of somebody. You're starting to remind me of somebody, okay? I wouldn't be surprised as well if a lot of your divine masculines are finding that, like, if they are with karmic partners, they could be finding you, divine feminine, in the search history of this karmic partner's phone. I feel like something's fishy, something's up, and this divine masculine goes investigating and they're seeing you or evidence of you, and it's turning them off or rubbing them in the wrong way, okay? And I feel like the universe is orchestrating certain things to be revealed because, you know, when you do things with ill intentions or bad intentions, it'll eventually get found out, is the vibe I'm picking up on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a card for the divine feminine energy. You are protected, divine feminine. I can feel that. Let's see what your guides want you to know. Okay, let's shuffle the deck a little bit just to clear the energy out. Okay, let's cut it in half for the divine feminine. What do you need to know about the protection around you? Okay, so we have the shark energy here. So you're being called to lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. So stay on guard, divine feminine. Looks like a great white shark, very powerful. It takes a lot to carry this power within you, is what I'm feeling, because someone might have misjudged you. They might have thought that you would be gentle in some way. What is this shark about? Because for me, the shark is... It's for me, guys, I'm so afraid of, like, being in deep water. And for me, the shark comes off as scary, you know, and the vibe I'm getting from this card is that, like someone mistook your kindness for weakness, is what I'm getting, okay? Never thinking that you'd do that. No, they're not capable of that. No, they wouldn't do that. But I feel like when your energy is provoked, it's like, for the most part, you're a peaceful person, but I do feel like your guides are not. That's what I'm getting out of this card, Divine Feminine, okay? Because I asked for what kind of protection is around you, and I do feel like your guides had to do a lot of this dirty work from under the surface, okay, that maybe you weren't aware of or you were never willing to do in terms of protecting your energy. I feel like a divine feminine who could have been naive around spiritual attack, feeling like it's not real, it doesn't exist. So you weren't doing enough, or you weren't doing what you could have done. You weren't following your guides' advice. Many of you didn't think that you needed to sage, or you needed to explore things like Palo Santo. You didn't think that you needed crystals around you. You didn't think that you needed to burn essential oils. You didn't think that you really needed to take time out of your day to go take that walk in nature, or to go ground in the dirt or in the grass, or to make sure that you went near that body of water to cleanse your energy. I feel like many of you were like, no, I'm okay. Like, I should be okay. I should be fine. So I feel like on the surface, it was easy for somebody to come in and try to mimic your energy or take from you in some way, or make you out to be chum, make you out to look like some kind of chum. And I feel like that they did, right? They came out to clown you in some kind of way, like clownfish or chumfish, or like chum. They saw you like that. Like, they wanted you to be naive and to end up in a situation where they could demonstrate victory over you. And I feel like your guides were like, oh, no, you don't. Many of you had guides who were like, oh, no, you don't. And they really showed whoever this is that tried to take this crown, your guides really showed them how heavy that crown was, how much it really takes to carry that. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they looked at you and they might have seen you living life in a particular way and hated that it seemed as though it was that easy for you, okay? But I feel like they ended up experiencing a lot of circumstances, maybe even mimicked a lot of circumstances that you, Divine Feminine, have had to personally go through in order to end up where it is you are. Because the vision I'm getting is like, whoever tried to take from you, they're returning it back, and they are just like hands in the air, eyes wide open. I didn't realize that it took that much to carry your energy, okay? And that is why I feel like the shark is around you, okay? So many people are not going to mistake your calm and your the peacefulness about you. They're never going to mistake your calmness and your kindness for a weakness, okay? Because I feel like it wasn't you who made them experience these consequences. I heavily feel like they started seeing things happen in their own life that they started putting two and two together and started realizing, I better give back what was taken, because now I'm having to face a whole lot of consequences. A lot of shit is going wrong in my life. I'm facing a lot of rejection, job loss. I can't find a job. All of a sudden my finances are out of whack, right? Everywhere I go, I keep experiencing rejection, and now it's leading to loss. I feel fragmented. I feel like I'm all over the place. My brain is scattered. I can't seem to hold a thought. My memory is shot. Okay, I better give this back because it's not as easy to carry. I don't know how this Divine Feminine energy does what they do, but I'm going to give it back, okay? If a lot of you are involved in divination and tarot and things like that, you had a lot of people making a big mockery out of you, okay? You had a lot of people wishing that you would go crazy, or that you are crazy, that you're the devil, that they wish a lot of spell work on you. I feel like if a lot of you were involved in divination, people misjudged this and they mistook this as, okay, you know what, you want to read tarot? Let me go and buy some spell work and try to dabble in the spell work. And now they're facing the repercussions of that. They didn't read the fine print, okay, about what happens when you send out negative energy, right? You better be prepared to collect. Okay, I feel like whoever's messing with you, this energy here is lacking. Okay, they're being faced with a lot of decisions, a lot of rainy days. Okay, they may be observing you in the celebratory energy, or they tried to get in to the celebratory energy, but they tried to take some kind of shortcut with this card here. I feel like they tried to take some kind of shortcut. They tried to piggyback off of your energy or take what was meant for you. I almost see somebody butting in line. Okay, it's the energy of like it was your turn, you were about to do something, and then somebody kind of like vindictively cuts in line in front of you, and then it's their turn to go, and they weren't prepared for the ride, or the ride malfunctions, or it so happens that when it was their turn, like whatever ended up happening, it ended up like not working out, or some kind of mistake was made. Okay, we have seeds, we have spring. Can we clarify the seeds in spring? I'm hearing the words fruitful. What's coming with the spring energy? Okay, so we have self-care and we have distance as well. Okay, so somebody realizing that they need to start creating distance from you and start taking care of themselves again. Okay, they need to realign with their own energy, because trying to live in your energy, I feel like, has caused this person a lot of chaos. Somebody tried to get into competition with you. They really tried to get up in your space, and they heavily regret it. This is somebody who heavily regrets stalking you, studying your every move, because I feel like what ended up happening was like they started becoming so engulfed by your energy that they didn't even realize that taking some of the steps that they were taking to try to come off like you was putting them into debt. It was putting them into a situation that they really couldn't handle financially. Somebody was trying to compete with you, and they ended up making themselves depleted. Okay, I feel like they could be craving a day at the spa, but they can't afford it. They could be, craving a day of relaxation, but they can't afford it because now they're on overtime, working on overtime, because they tried to take something from you, clown you in some way, they tried to say that they could do something better than you, which is fine, but at the same time, they may have also been plotting against your downfall, or trying to make you have some kind of downfall, and then do what you were doing to try to do it better. Do you guys see what I mean? Like if a lot of you have channels, all of a sudden you saw things slowing down, it was because they had masses working against you to like report your channel, to slow things down so that, okay, we need to do an investigation. What's going on? Why are so many users reporting this? And then all of a sudden things pick up again because, administrators find, okay, there's no funny activity here. What was that about? It's like all of this is repercussions for somebody working against you to then wait for your downfall, plot for your downfall, wait for your downfall, only to realize that, man, I really should not have taken up or spent so much time and energy working on somebody else's downfall, because now they've got like a mountain pile of debt to deal with, or unexpected, circumstances happen where if it was you, you'd be able to deal with these unexpected things that was coming up, right? Because you can think on your feet and you maybe have the resources to deal with it already. Okay, I'm telling you guys, this reading is about somebody who really thought that they could stir shit up for you and then go ahead and then try to take over the wheel like, they were driving the car all along. I'm just going to put it back because it was too much. Only to crash the car, or only to realize like, damn, I can't do this. This person or you could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay, you don't have to be, but it is an amplified message here that's coming through. Okay, and we also have open and receive. Okay, I feel like this is, a double energy of releasing this or letting this go. Okay, releasing this or letting this go. Giving it back is what I feel. Okay, let's get some energy on you. Now that your energy is being restored, what can you start looking forward to? This might be revealing as well what was tampered with or what was taken from you. How is your energy being restored now that this person is realizing that they need to get out of your energy and mind their own business and maybe take care of their own priorities more? What is on its way back to you, Divine Feminine? Okay, so we have the Empress energy. Okay, so this is also what it could have to do with as well. Trying to come off as being on top, being the best. I'm telling you guys, this is somebody who heavily studied superficial things, okay? The way that you dress, your mannerisms, the type of jewelry you wear, just a lot of superficial stuff, not realizing that it was your inner energy that you have to carry. You have to be able to carry it, right? You could be the type of Divine Feminine where it's like, it doesn't matter. You could wear anything and you would glow it up like the Empress, okay? Somebody totally thinking that they could take on your energy and just not being able to know what to do with it. Okay, so stress from having many things happening at once. Okay, sudden events or changes, you can say goodbye to this energy. A lot of unexpected things going wrong. Now this energy is being sent back to whoever sent it your way. Okay, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Okay, ideas are returning back to you. Okay, your mind is becoming more clear again. I feel like for those of you who have been dealing with things like brain fog, writer's block, just like a loss of words, fumbling a lot as well, like losing your voice, issues with your throat chakra, things like that. You could say goodbye to all of that. Many of you as well, I feel like if you've had issues with things like smoking, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's cannabis, whether it is like e-cigarettes, things like that, like the vapes, things like that, all of a sudden, like you're completely going to want to stop that. Anything affecting your throat chakra area, I feel like many of you are kind of waking up out of some kind of fog, realizing that all of these bad habits or things that you've been doing in excess has been illusions. It's been energy that has been sent towards you. Okay, projection. Okay, I want to do what you do. Now all of a sudden people were throwing on their bad habits towards you that was holding them down before. Okay, trying to take your ideas, mimic your energy, and then sending all of their bad habits towards you. Okay, a lot of you as well who have been physical as well with a lot of your masculines who have been intertwined in a lot of third-party karmic energies. You've been feeling the energetic debris of what your masculine has been up against when it comes to substance use, when it comes to certain types of addictions, and many of you have been able to stand up against it and you've been able to push it all away. Okay, we have the Two of Spring, a bright future manifested through hard work because you guys didn't stop working. Even though you felt depleted, I feel like many of you are like, okay, time to turn it up a notch then. I'm just going to work harder. I'm just going to continue to move forward, okay? You stayed in this energy of it's either this or it's either this. That's where that 2 is, decisions, okay? I feel like this, yes, but I have a choice. I'm going to succumb to the fatigue and losing my shit, or I'm just going to work a little bit harder. I feel like many of you just decided to work a little bit harder, okay? I'm getting that solid as a rock by Sizzla again, okay? And we have the Ace of Spring. The Ace and 2 of Spring coming out together for me is, I feel like it's karma at its finest, okay? It's time to take action, be fearless, happily pursue your dreams. Amazing career opportunities coming through for many of you. You know, again, getting your chi back, okay? Yes, people can steal from you, but it'll always be returned in some way, form, or another, whether it is your guides going and taking it and returning it back to you, or whoever actually stole it from you. This reading is about them realizing that, wait a second, I can't handle this shit. I'm putting it back exactly where it is I found it. And the universe is like, as you should, because you saw exactly what came along when you tried to take on that power. You misused it and you didn't know how to properly maneuver the energy, okay? So, all right. I don't know who that was for. I'm sorry to wake you, darling. Talking loudly and waking the baby. The baby in the bassinet. The beaver in the bassinet. Oh, oh my God. The beaver in the bassinet. I'm going to have to search for a beaver costume for you for Halloween. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness, guys. The important things I need to do. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Love you guys. Bye.